Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, the 13th of May. How are you? Were you like me and did you miss the Northern Lights on Friday? I couldn't quite believe I missed it. I sort of knew it was incoming actually because I'd read an article about the solar flares. Um, and I'd even messaged my friend and I said, um, I sent her the information. I didn't know exactly when it would be, but you know, but then I completely forgot, went to bed. And yeah, it was lovely though to wake up to everybody's pictures, how amazing, how amazing. And it just shows that nature is its own force, isn't it? And that, in comparison, we're just so, we're not small, but we're just, we're part of this amazing universe, and that was just showing us what it can do. And I just think it's incredible because it's all about light. Obviously, there's different colors, but it's coming from the sun and the solar flares that have been going on. So it is beautiful. Um, but yeah, really gutted, and I had FOMO that I'd missed it, and I tried to stay up on Saturday to see if I could see it again. Um, and I made it till about 11 and couldn't see anything, but it turns out I don't think it was visible again on Saturday. So anyway, never mind. I had good sleep instead. Um, you know, I'm just pleased for everybody else that did manage to see it, even if I'm a little bit jealous. Um, right, so if you saw that, I hope you just felt it and you loved it and you felt amazed by the wonders of the universe, because really, that's what it's all about. Um, so you may well have been feeling all this sort of electrical charge type energy, because these solar flares and solar storms have been incoming for a few days. They will be affecting your physical body. You may have aches and pains more than usual. You might not be sleeping very well. Obviously not affecting me. Um, um, there's all sorts of things that could be going on there. Also, a great time for manifestation, for really tuning into your soul. It is, the veil is thinner between the worlds. It's just incredible. So, if you are feeling different or you're feeling more connected, hopefully, then this is partly the reason. And of course, we had the new moon as well, didn't we, in Taurus last week? And that's all about, that was all about taking grounded action, feeling abundant, um, and, and that sort of thing. So just really make the most of what's going on at the moment, because the energies have really shifted. I can feel it, like this week the energies have really taken on another level, and I think it's time now. If for those of us, those of you who haven't taken the action that you need to take to move you forward, this is the week to do it for sure. Um, so yeah, so I hope you're all right. As I said, it has been intense, but it's worth it. And it's clearing so much negative energy out of the way. Some of you have also been feeling a bit down in the dumps, I hear. A lot of you have had a lot of things going on, which is why. And again, it will pass. It will pass, and it's really about just going with your feelings, but not getting too caught up in them. Just noticing them, allowing them, of course, not beating yourself up about, why aren't I more happy, or why isn't this happening for me in a certain way, but just generally feeling, but not getting stuck in them as well, trying not to let them overwhelm you. The other good news is Mercury is now fully going forward, so it's out of its post shadow period today. So communication should get better as well, and that includes your inner communication with yourself. of course, in the communication would be with yourself. You know what I mean? So let's go into the channeling piece and let's see what else my guides have to say. Yeah, bring them in now. Right, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. So everything that Alwyn said is, so true on your planet right now. There's been a lot of intense light activity. These solar storms have had an impact on you all, whether you realize it or not. Some of you may have had physical symptoms, headaches, more aches and pains than normal. Because as the light is increasing, so is your light body. And therefore your physical body has to get on board with this. Also, it will be it's very electric, so it's affecting, you may well have had problems with technology actually, but it's affecting you on this kind of fiery electrical level. Okay, so just be good, kind to yourselves, if you're tired, rest, that sort of thing. But it's all good because it is all clearing, and it just really supports the new moon from last week about really clearing the way now for you to take your action, your aligned action. There's a shift, as Alwyn's felt already this week, really taking the steps to put you in the right direction for where you want to be. And this week is also about seeing the bigger picture. So some of you may have been caught up in the details of your life, which is understandable, of course, but sometimes you can get too caught up in them, and there is always a bigger picture. So some of you will have some real aha moments this week where you're seeing the bigger picture of your own life and understanding why things have been happening in a certain way. Okay. And that will really help you. It's a good week for manifestation. It's a good week for intention setting. It's a good week for getting on with it. So taking action, as we've said. What is it you want? Stop procrastinating, get on with it, sort of thing, that kind of energy. So it's a really supportive energy this week. The energies are still high. These solar flares may have decreased a little bit, but it'll still be affecting you. So just, bearing in mind your energy levels when taking your action steps as well, of course. But there's lots to be said for good things happening this week. And also some of you may, as we mentioned in the bigger picture, but you may also see things you may suddenly have a light bulb moment about a project or about something you've been working on. You're not really sure which way it's headed, or you're a bit stuck again in the detail, and we're seeing sort of light bulb moments there. And that, if you thought that what you were doing wasn't good enough or wasn't, what you were meant to be doing, you will be shown that it is good enough and it was what you were meant to be doing, but there may well be a different angle to it that you can bring in. Also, just as a side note, there is a clash, we believe, between Mercury and Pluto this week. Mercury is about the mind, Pluto is dark. So you might get caught up in some negative thought patterns. Now, just try your best to stay out of that if you can. Just imagine them as thoughts passing through. Tune into your heart as much as you can, because this week is all about your soul purpose revealing itself as well. So there is a little bit of a clash between your head and your heart, heart intuition. But just remember that the wisdom is in your intuition, not in your negative thought patterns. All right. And what you think is often built on old stories. It's not usually the truth. Okay. But it's really easy to get caught up in those negative thought patterns. So just know that, you know, you are going to get a breakthrough soon. If you do feel affected with that, it's incoming for sure. So just be patient with yourself if you're finding yourself a little bit like that. And don't force anything. Try and stay in the flow, okay, if that's possible. So overall, a good positive week. And you know, we hope that you can make the most of it for yourselves, knowing that, you know, you're good enough just as you are, more than good enough just as you are. But we know that some of you are wanting to make steps forward, and this is a good week to do so. All right, take care. Okay, so I hope that made sense. So there's a lot about seeing the bigger picture as well, so try not to get caught up in too much detail, especially if it's negative. You know, sometimes when we're going along with what our soul wants, our ego sort of really wants to come in and knock us off target or knock us off our path. And of course, if there is this clash of planets in the skies, that will amplify what your ego is trying to do. So just know that's the case, and that maybe that might help you realize what's going on. So I hope that makes sense. Don't forget, you've still got time to sign up for my Akashic Records evening next week, 22nd of May. I have a few places left, and that's where we can clear some negative patterns and choices in your Akashic Records and install success anchors for the rest of the year. So if you're interested in that, please sign up now or soon. There's about 6 or 7 places left, so I look forward to seeing you there if you feel drawn. Okay, so do look after yourselves, and I probably will be back on next Monday. It's a bank holiday here in the UK, so I will see if I've got, you know, what's happening in the family half term. Not that my youngest wants anything to do with me in half term anymore, but yeah, so hopefully I'll be back channeling next week. If not, I might just put some cards up for you to choose from. All right, take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.